Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is very exciting. I'm going to be kind of unboxing and reviewing one of my new bags. I've done a few of these on my channel for my Coach bag, my YSL bag. I think they're just really helpful to get an inside look on a bag if you're thinking about purchasing it or if you're just interested. I like to keep my bag collection pretty minimal, and I have pretty much like the staple pieces that I wear all the time, but I did want to add this bag to my collection this year. It's definitely a little more casual, kind of easy to just throw on, and I'm so excited to start wearing it because I love the style and I've had my eye on it for a while. So my new bag is from Ralph Lauren. I was actually able to buy this in LA for my birthday this year, so it was a really fun experience. Like I said, I've been eyeing it for a while, but I figured I'd wait for my birthday just to make it a little more special. There's not that many Ralph Lauren stores. I think there's some in South Florida, but nothing around me, and I figured we were already traveling there, so I'd love to go to one of the Ralph Lauren stores in LA. It's also just nice being able to buy it in store when you can. So I was able to somewhat keep my bag intact when flying home. And then here we just have the dust bag, also my receipts and cards in the little folder. So an interesting thing about this bag purchase is I actually had to buy it off the rack, which I wasn't thrilled to be doing, but I wanted this bag so bad. It was the only one they had, was the one on the floor. So she even checked the back. She was gonna package up my bag and she said that was the only one they had left. So I decided to still get it. It has a little bit of wear in certain places just from like hanging in the store, but it's not that big of a deal to me, and I figured I would be putting wear on it soon anyways, so I went ahead and went with it. I did not want to leave that store or LA without my purse, so I decided to just go for it. That being said, I don't know if there would have been boxed packaging or if I had shipped it, but they did just put it in the dust bag with a little bit of like paper and stuffing. Big reveal, I got the Polo ID mini shoulder bag. I'm in love with it. I love this style. So classic. I've been seeing them a lot lately, but like I said, I've been looking at this for a while. So cute. I love the shape, the size, the color. It's perfect. And also just have the tags separately. I believe this is the color tan. Yes, in tan. And I think the Beverly Hills store had like the darker brown color, but I really liked this one. So I'm so happy with it. Here is an up close look at the purse. It's definitely really versatile, but also simple and classic. You'll see there's a tiny bit of wear and cracking in the leather, like I said, and that's just because they had it hanging in the store, I think even like grouped like this, so it was definitely being like folded. But again, I don't mind too much, and I still think it's beautiful and amazing. I think I first saw this purse when I was in New York a couple years ago. We went to the like Ralph's in the store there, and I thought it was really unique, and I had never really considered Ralph Lauren bags. So I fell in love with it there, but I didn't buy it. Obviously, I had just seen it for the first time. Ever since then, I feel like I've been seeing them popping up. I hate to say I was ahead of the trend, but usually I will like find something online or like see things that people are wearing, and that's how I become kind of like wanting a bag. But the fact that I kind of saw this on my own makes it also special. So like I said, since then I had been considering getting it. I also was interested in like the Poline kind of similar leather style bags. They're a little bit bigger, more like a tote, so I thought that could be a little more functional, but I just loved the look of this, so I had to get it. Definitely serves a different purpose, and like I said, it's easy to just throw on, really easy and casual. If I'm just running out the door, I don't want to necessarily put on like my big designer bags. So it's so nice. I love it. There are a few different styles of this in terms of the material. I think there's a suede version, a couple different kind of like treatments to the leather and color options, but I really love this classic tan / brown color. Thought it was a great addition to my collection. Perfect neutral. It will never go out of style, and I will use this, I'm sure, forever. There are a few different sizes of this bag. I was a little bit confused in the store because I always thought this was the mini, and then I believe they have a small and then a large or medium. I can't remember the last size. So I asked the girl, I'm like, oh, this is the mini, and then she was like, oh no, that's the small, like that's the smallest. So I think she meant obviously it's the smallest size they have, but they also had a small hanging in the store that was a little bit bigger than this. And I did think about that one for a minute because I thought that it was similar to the Poline style, because obviously the more room the better, but I think the purpose of this bag is just to be a smaller, easy clutch or shoulder bag, so I'm happy with it. So all of them are similar shape and style. You can't unhook this and then like group it together. That's how they had it hanging in the store. I definitely prefer it this way, but having the option is nice. And then it has the little leather piece that flaps over. I always kind of wondered about this, how exactly that worked, if it was like attached at all, but it's just completely loose. You can kind of throw it around where you need it and then move it around here. Really pretty hardware detailing with the polo, and of course having the logo here on the gold. It's really pretty. The leather is amazing again, even hanging in the store. I can tell it's amazing quality. And if you go to move the strap, and then you can just unzip here. I want to say the bigger ones don't have a zipper, so she was kind of selling me on that too, that this is nice that you can close it. And then it's still a decent amount of room. It obviously doesn't seem huge, but I've already used it with just kind of like my daily essentials, and I'm able to fit everything that I need. Wallet, phone, some makeup products, little extra things. That's all I typically will need when I'm just throwing stuff in my purse. There is a tiny little back pocket as well, right here. The shape is definitely interesting. It's kind of like this separation in the middle, and then you kind of have just like that loose area to use on either side. But it's nice that it's so flimsy in a way, and you can kind of adjust the shape of it and fit multiple things in here. So again, it just zips right back up, and then throw the flap back over, and you're set to go. I keep looking at it in the screen. I just love the look of it. I just feel like Ralph Lauren is such a classic brand. I'm so glad it's kind of getting popular. I mean, it's always been popular, but having these bags come onto the scene and everyone really appreciating the quality, the luxury of Ralph Lauren, I'm really excited. Kind of leaning into that style is a little different for me, but I've been loving it. Another thing to note, like when it's obviously empty, it's kind of like, this is the style of the bottom, so it kind of keeps that shape with the crescent look, but then you kind of have it folding over itself to be flat. So I think when I filled it up, it didn't really make much of a difference. It kind of just gives it a natural shape, and it never looks too bulky. I mean, depending on how much you put in it, but really easy. I loved carrying it around. I also feel like it's very light, which is nice. Even when I filled it, and I carried it around LA a couple days, it was like nothing was on my shoulder. It feels so lightweight. It's very comfortable. I'll show some clips kind of standing with it, but this is a perfect kind of size, and it just fits nicely on the shoulder. The strap is a good shape. So I actually haven't done this myself yet since it was in the store, but I want to figure out how to like group it together. I want to say you just bring these together here, and then you can just add the hook. Maybe I'm doing that totally wrong. But then you're able to hold it just like this little pouch. It definitely gives a unique style, but I feel like I prefer it open in the shape of it and then just the functionality. This is another option. This is how it was hanging in the store, so you can see why it was having a little bit of wear. And of course the strap comes back off this way, and you can reattach it here. I feel like I remember her saying you could wear it as a clutch, so that's interesting because I don't think this would come off. But either way, obviously it's kind of clutch style. You can hide the strap. You could obviously carry it like this. So here's a little bit of a look of how it is styled, what it looks like on. Again, it's a great shape and size, and it can go with multiple kind of outfits and styles. It can be really casual, but you can also dress it up. I carry this around wearing like a sweatshirt and shorts, and then I can also wear it a little bit more dressy. It really just fits nice on the shoulder. It's not too clunky, and it's not heavy at all. It's really lightweight and really easy to carry. I love just the way it kind of sits and shapes underneath your arm. And it looks so great. Again, super classy. I love the look of it. Really easy to kind of hold and carry around different ways. And even too, once I fill it, it's not too heavy at all. So here is a full look of it with an outfit. I'm obsessed. And if I were to do the kind of like gathered style, I believe this is how that would look. I've seen just people holding it kind of like this. Obviously you can't really put it on your shoulder, so it's kind of more of like a little clutch style. I'm not really sure when I'd want to carry it like this, but it's nice to have the option. So here's a look of it this way. I guess you can put it kind of like halfway up your arm. That's kind of a way to do it. Either way, still super cute. So overall, I'm so happy with this bag purchase. I can't wait to wear it and style it and use it forever. It was such a great experience at Ralph Lauren. Again, it was nice just being able to go to one of the real stores. We have a bunch of outlets around here, but there's nothing like the actual Ralph Lauren, and that's where obviously they sell these. Definitely recommend looking into these if you're looking for kind of like a timeless style with great quality. Again, that's what Ralph Lauren is known for, so happy with this purchase and love being able to kind of unbox this and show the different features. I'm sure I'll do some sort of follow-up video of like a what's in my bag to show what can fit in here and what I end up using on day-to-day when carrying this purse. That was everything for this bag review video. I hope y'all enjoyed, and thanks for watching.